The Liberty Blue Jay football team saw their state title hopes get dashed in the mud at Blue Springs last week with a 21-6 loss to the Wildcats. Tonight, the Jays will look to send their Northtown rivals, the Oak Park Northmen, home with a loss, and in doing so, give the Liberty seniors a win in their final game. 6-3 Liberty meets 2-7 Oak Park, and our Channel 18 Game of the Week coming up next. Welcome everyone watching to William Jewell College for Blue Jay football here from Green Stadium. We are actually standing here on Patterson Field as we get set to wrap up this 2004 football season for the Liberty Blue Jay football team. Dallas Ackerman along with my partner as he's joined me all season, Alex Smith. And Alex, we were just talking a little while ago about how it's unbelievable that the season is already coming to a close.
Well, it just seemed like it's been a few weeks ago that I first stepped out on this field, and it made me look ridiculous as a rookie, but I think I'm doing a little bit better now, hopefully, and our Blue Jay football team surely has been doing fantastic.
Well, last week the Blue Jays had a little rough bump in the road, falling to Blue Springs, over in Blue Springs 21-6 in the second week of districts. So basically, essentially now they are out of district and state possibility play, and I guess now, Alex, they just can focus on Oak Park, and a good opponent for Liberty to take on to wrap up the season, as they'll have plenty of motivation coming out against these rivals.
Well, Oak Park is a rival, as you said, and right now it's more of a pride thing for Coach Hansen, because I know when I played, it was a big deal when we ended the season with a win. And that's what the Blue Jays are going to look to do right here.
When we look at the opponents tonight, Oak Park, this is a team not used to what they've had to endure this year. They come into tonight with a 2-7 record. They have not had a losing record since 1988. And these guys may have their daubers down a little bit coming into this one.
Well, they may have their daubers down, but I do know that Oak Park has always played Liberty tough in everything. So regardless of records here, it's going to be a good football game.
It was a classic finish to the game between these two schools over in Northtown last season. Again, Liberty coming in tonight with a respectable 6-3 record, meeting their Northtown rivals. Their opponents tonight, Oak Park, coming in again with a 2-7 mark. Again, it's packed the house night, senior night. A lot of things taking place here from Green Stadium on William Jewell College. And we are going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. Get you set for kickoff after this on the Channel 18 Game of the Week. And we welcome everyone back here to William Jewell College. Again, Dallas Ackerman with Alex Smith getting set for Blue Jay football as part of our game of the week. Actually, our final game of the week here in this fall sports season. And Alex, as I bring you back in here, partner, what a fall sports season it's been overall for Liberty High School. Already a state championship in the bag. Hopefully soon to be a cross-country state championship maybe after this weekend. And it's been a great fall sports season overall, and it's really been a good season for the Blue Jay football team. Again, with only 4 wins last season, they're already at 6. They'll hopefully make it 7 here tonight.
Well, I know a lot of the fans coming into this season were a little bit skeptical because of the youth of our team, but these guys have really come out strong this year, and they haven't played like they're the underdogs, and they've put up some big numbers so far.
As we see the meeting of the minds with the referees, coaches, and captains out at midfield, you'll also see for Liberty on their side all the seniors behind the captains, and really a special evening for those young men, and I know for their families as well, playing their final game on this home turf, and for a lot of them, maybe their final football game ever. And well, I tell you, it's a very difficult situation knowing that you know, your games that you're going to play maybe in the future are going to be intramural football or something in the college level. It's a whole different deal, and I hope these guys can really enjoy the moment here tonight, and it should be a special evening. And let's hope Liberty can go ahead and put the wraps on a great season here.
Let me tell you, Dallas, I'm not feeling too good for the guys on the other sideline right now because, as you said, this is their senior night. This is their last game. And there aren't very many of them, but they've got heart and they've got some playmakers, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of them step up and do something huge in this one.
Again, if you're unaware, the final week of regular season play, this is actually a district game, but these two teams are out here tonight basically playing for pride because last week Blue Springs defeated the Blue Jays in the mud over in Blue Springs 21-6. And that drops Liberty to 1-1 in the district. Blue Springs and Blue Springs South are doing battle over in Blue Springs in that big rivalry game tonight. And basically that game then will decide the district. The Wildcats are definitely in the driver's seat in this situation, and we would expect Blue Springs to probably move on out and face Rockhurst coming up a week from tonight. But once again, I guess now for the third straight year, Liberty and Oak Park are going to do battle in the regular season finale in a game that we know right now does not mean anything as far as state playoff relevance, and they're going to go out and battle for nothing but pride and bragging rights, and we know that can be a big thing in these games.
Well, you say they're out of the state championship run, but for these guys out there, this is their state championship. This is when they put everything they've got on the field, knowing that quite possibly this is the last football game they ever play in pads.
Drew Pittenger has this one teed up, and we are underway from William Jewell, and the ball is going to be fielded that by Matt Saragusa, and Saragusa tripped up, and not before he gives Liberty some pretty good field position up to the 34-yard line, and that is where the Blue Jays will go on offense to begin this one. Again, Liberty 6-3 on the season. Oak Park a very, very disappointing 2-7, and talking to some of those folks over at Oak Park before this one this week, the inspiration and the intensity level is down at Oak Park. They aren't used to losing, and it's going to be interesting to see how they come out and respond tonight in a game that definitely I know means a lot to the Liberty Blue Jays and their fans. Costello gets it to Mel Gentry from play one, and Mel catches it on that little bubble screen and picks up about 5. He may have close to 6 yards there, and Liberty already looking to maybe spread Oak Park out a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Costello's been throwing the ball pretty well this year, and a good game like this when, you know, nothing too important is riding on it. You can test things out. You can see what'll work for the guy coming up next year.
We will hopefully get to the starters for the Blue Jays on offense after this play. Again, 2nd down and 4. Give off Jenkins up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage. Spins off of that tackle by J.R. Hayward. Again, Jenkins gains about a yard, and it will bring up 3rd and short. For the Blue Jays, their quarterback is Jimmy Costello, again, the sophomore. His backfield is Jake Jenkins, his 6'2 junior, with the fullback being Rozelle Bogus. Up front and across the line, center Jake Huffaker. On the left side, Lee Hatley and Corey Hernandez. On the right side, Shane Spencer and Ryan Wansing. And again, some seniors up on that line, 3 of them right there in the middle of things. The receivers, A.J. Jackson, the slot receiver, Brett Harper. We'll see a lot of Mel Gentry again, who they got the ball to on that first play. 3rd down and 1, and here comes Jake Jenkins. Jenkins has good running room out there as he gets into Northmen territory. has a first down, and the Blue Jays are on the move already. And how about Jake Jenkins, as he needs 94 yards tonight to go over 1,000, and to go over 1,000, maybe in an NFL regular season, Alex Smith, is not a big deal, but playing a 10-game schedule, that's knocking off 100 yards a week.
Well, that's doing a great job, and Jenkins certainly has been doing that this year. And I'm pretty confident that he will reach that century mark.
Oak Park has been run on a lot this year, and I would think that would be Liberty's game plan here early on. They get Jenkins the ball, but this time on a toss to the outside. And the pass from Costello to Jenkins, good for another gain of about 5 or 6 yards as we go inside 10 minutes here from William Jewell. A.J. Jackson checks out of the lineup right here. As we're going to go a little bigger here, as again Rozelle Bogus is the lone running back coming out of this huddle, and they're going to go 4 wide receiver spread as Gentry is the receiver near side. There goes Chris Wilson in motion. Costello throws again. Look at Mel Gentry. Catches it, gets inside the 20-yard line. Breaking tackles down to the 15. That is a big gainer there from Costello to Gentry. And the Blue Jays are in early business.
We're moving the chains, folks. Here's the Blue Jays. First and 10.
The Blue Jays have come out. I mentioned they may want to run the football, where they're coming out and spreading out Oak Park. So they're seeing something different here, and they're going to go ahead and attack through the air, and it's worked here in the first possession.
Well, I'm liking what they're doing so far, because one of the things they're doing is they're getting the ball in their playmakers' hands. They're getting it to Gentry and they're getting it to Jenkins, and those guys have been doing it well all year long.
And the good news is Jenkins could be making some big plays next season in his senior year. This is a little handoff as they sent Jackson in motion, and A.J. got popped behind the line of scrimmage and loses a couple yards there. So a nice defensive play coming up from his safety spot, Nate Bruto, the junior, and the Northman defender making a good play there. And again, a couple more substitutions as Wilson comes in and Bogus also enters the lineup. Saragusa and Jackson come out, and that's something about this offense. These guys show a lot of different sets. Second down, 12, right up the middle. Look at Rozelle Bogus. I believe that's probably his biggest run of the year, and did a nice job. Save it for last, save the best for last maybe, as big Rozelle gets a chunky gain of about 13 yards and give Liberty a first down and goal from inside the Oak Park 5.
Well, I know Rozelle's going to be wanting to do a lot of that because he's a big guy and he's hungry for more, and when he hits the hole, he hits it hard, so he's going to get big plays like that.
Rozelle now in the slot again. Liberty having success at anything they do here in the first quarter. And how about Jenkins? Jake Jenkins was barely touched as he goes in from 4 yards out. And before the crowd can even get settled in here, Liberty is on the board and they lead it 6-0. I tell you, Alex, impressive drive there to start as Ryan Lopez on point. Lannis is the snapper, Harper's the holder, and Lopez's kick misses wide left, no good, and the score holds at 6-0, and Liberty once again gets bit by the kicking game as they miss an extra point once again, and it has been a bugaboo for the Jays all year, and it continues here tonight.
Well, kicking game certainly hasn't been their strong point, as they've had a few kickers trying out throughout the whole season, but no one's really seemed to meld into that position and take control. So that's something that they're going to have to deal with, and they have been dealing with all season.
Again, 8:09 left, first quarter of play. The Jays out early, 6-0. Lopez is going to put this one on a tee and kick deep to the Northmen. Again, Oak Park, you want to talk about struggles this year. They won their first 2 games. They won their first one over Winnetonka by a point and then defeated Lee Summit. But look at this, an onside kick, and Liberty falls on it, and it is Liberty football. I didn't know if it went all 10 yards, but it must have just got to that 10 yards And Pat Hansen going ahead and going into the book of trickery here in the first quarter. We've seen Coach Hansen do this in the past few years. We really haven't seen it this season, but he goes ahead and does it here, catches Oak Park napping, and the Jays are jumping out early here, and I think they're going to want to blow the Northmen out if they can. And I think Oak Park's in a situation where the picking may be good here tonight, is they definitely are struggling at this juncture.
Well, I think that was a great play call by whoever did call that, because the defense right there, they just got totally destroyed. Everything the Liberty tried worked out for a huge play, and then they go and do that, and they just get the ball right back.
Now Costello floated one down to the 15 to Mel Gentry and put a little too much air on it, it really got caught up there, and Mel actually went up and made a pretty athletic play but couldn't quite bring it down, and this one's going to go back to the midfield stripe and bring up second down. Liberty has come out and thrown and attacked offensively here in the first 4 minutes. We haven't even officially played 4 minutes, and the Jays have gone aerial early and often. Costello looks over again Oak Park's defensive set, and here comes Jake. Getting it down to the 45, a gain of about 5 yards, and will bring up third down and 5, as we are now inside 8 minutes left in the opening quarter.
Brings up third down. Ball is
again, we're going to keep an eye on all night this Blue Jay offensive line. It seems like they've been getting a little bit better and a little bit better as the season has gone along, and that's something that you often see from a front five. Here comes Gentry, man in motion to the left side. Costello wants to throw this one, being flushed out of there, throws it to the outside, nearly intercepted right here in front of us. Travis Rude coming over from his linebacker spot. It is incomplete and will bring up fourth down. Decision time for Liberty right here, Alex. If you're the head coach down there with those khaki pants and headset, what are you going to do right here?
Well, it looks like if I'm Pat Hansen, I'm going to go for it, as I see Jimmy Costello on the sideline getting his play from the coach. And I think it's a good call, because only a few times, I think only twice actually, has Oak Park stopped Liberty from getting 5 or 6 yards on each play.
Liberty coming out of there, and they're going to have to hustle. Only 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the play clock. And Liberty is going to elect to call a timeout, and a good decision there, as that could have lost them 5 yards and probably put them in a punting situation. But I think they're going to go ahead and talk this one over a little bit. And we are going to step aside along with the Jays. We have a break in the action. 7:18 left opening frame. Liberty leading this one 6-0. And again, we are back here. Hello, Liberty. Dallas Ackerman with Alex Smith. Alex, we talked about it. Oak Park has had some trouble here of late, and the Blue Jays, credit to the Blue for coming out and pouncing on them in the early going.
Well, they've certainly done a great job. They took the opening kickoff, marched down the field, put 6 up, came back, took the kickoff straight back from Oak Park, and now they're faced with a difficult fourth down situation, but certainly doable for our guys so far tonight.
Big play right here, 4th and 5. Liberty going to try to keep this possession going. Oak Park shows blitz. Costello going to flip a screen pass to Jenkins. He's got blockers in front. Jenkins down the sideline, stays on his feet, and good night. Jenkins cruises into the end zone, and a huge play on 4th down, a 45-yard screen pass from Costello to Jenkins, good for another score. And now one would think Liberty will go for 2 and try to make up for that early missed kick on the extra point.
Now that was just another example early on of fantastic coaching, because the coaches realized that Oak Park was realizing that they weren't getting nearly enough pressure on Costello. So they pull the screen play, get everyone rushing it, get excited, think they're going to get a sack, and then boom, 45 yards later, Jake Jenkins is dancing in the end zone for the second time tonight.
Jenkins is a good one, and you've got to be excited about the junior coming back next year for his senior campaign. Before Liberty can get this one snapped, we've got penalty flags flying down, and this one may be going against the Jays. Yes, oh boy, it's a delay of game going against Liberty. You never like to see that, and now decision time. As Liberty go for 2, 5 yards deeper. Again, this would be an 8-yard situation to get the 2 points, but I guess, Alex, Liberty was just facing a 4th down and 5, and they picked up 45, so anything's possible on the offensive side.
I think tonight anything and everything is certainly possible, as I think knowing that this is their last game, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pat Hansen open up his little bag of tricks.
Oh, here we go. Receiver Gentry to the top of the screen, and he's going to throw a fade, and again, this one flutters up there, and a good defensive play. Batting that one down is Elijah Nagby. He was going for Harper, but once again, for the second time tonight, Costello has that pass flutter and hang up in the air a little bit, and again, Harper really no chance to bring that one in, and the score holds at 12-0. But still, you got to feel good if you're a Blue Jay fan with 2 early, and when I say early, within 5 minutes, 2 touchdowns, and early in control now, 12-0.
Nagby for the Northmen is number 3. That's Nagby at number 4. Johnston kicking off number 66 is Lopez.
So Lopez now is going to go back out and tee this one up. And now I would guess, Alex, that Keith Ross on the Oak Park side may have told his front men to maybe be a little more awake here on the front row. And just as I say that, stepping up a couple feet was Michael Pinkerton. And now look at this play. It's a little pooch kick down to the 30. It's caught but out of bounds by Liberty. And the penalty flags rain down. And this is going to be against Liberty for kicking this kickoff out of bounds. So Oak Park now gets a break, and they're going to get field position and good field position here, as the ball's going to be spotted clear up to, what, the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Now that's something I haven't seen Coach Hansen try since back when Adam Perkins was here at Liberty. You flutter it up, see if our guys can't run under and make a play.
7:06 left, again, opening quarter. And Liberty again from the 35. Alex, I normally wouldn't correct you, but I think you were thinking Adam Crossett. Adam Perkins, I think, was a long distance runner, I believe, here at Liberty High School.
You know what? I think you're right.
I know that takes a lot, partner, to admit that, but I think I am right. Adam Crossett now actually down at the University of Missouri doing a fine job kicking off for the Tigers. And Adam Perkins down at Arkansas having a good career, I might add. I think you just wanted to give Adam Perkins a cheap plug here on Channel 18, huh? What's that all about?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Adam Perkins will probably see this when he's back visiting for break, and he may appreciate that. So it's very nice. If we get back to the game here, 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Oak Park, and the Northmen finally get some work on the offensive side of the football, and it is Joe Sabina getting the first carry, and he is wrestled down on the far sideline after a gain of about 4 yards there on 1st down. The Oak Park offense running signals for the Northmen is Justin Galvin. Galvin is a 6'1", 190-pound junior. Let's watch him tonight. Their coaching staff raves about Galvin. They say that he is tough to bring down. Liberty's going to have to tackle well tonight to get that quarterback on the turf. And right there on an option play, Galvin has trouble getting out of that. And I think that's a good sign for Liberty. You want to keep him boxed in, and that's exactly what they did there. And Galvin got no yards on that carry, and it is 3rd down and 5.
There's a 3rd down ball remains at the Oak Park 40-yard line.
Again, Liberty on the defensive side They're 3 front men, and they have performed well this 2004 season. Cody Lannis, Brandon Jackson, Mike Magnuson, all 3 seniors. Linebackers, John Saragusa, Luke Weimer, Rozelle Bogus, Brett Marshall, and Rudy Mascaro. And look at Brett Marshall going after Galvin, knocking him down at the 20-yard line. Galvin was running for his life back there. Brandon Jackson was also chasing number 7 down. And like I said, Brett Marshall, he was a runaway freight train going after Galvin and nearly got him. But again, it is 4th down, 4th and 5 with 5:39 left. And the Northmen are going to have to kick this one away. And the dangerous Mel Gentry stands back at the Blue Jay 34-yard line to return this one. Pretty good snap and a pretty good punt. Colt Hamilton fielded by Gentry at the 15-yard line. Mel trying to get up ahead full of steam, and Mel's going to go, I think. He's inside the 30. It's a sprint down the sideline. Goodbye. Mel Gentry returns this one 85 yards and no flags, and the Blue Jays are playing with some inspiration here tonight. Alex, it took about 5 yards, and when he cut to his right, you knew that was opening up, and it was a foot race. And if I'm going to wager on a sprinter, I would take Mel Gentry in about any foot race, as he just blazed down this near sideline. And
I mean, you gotta feel happy if you're a Blue Jay right now. You haven't been stopped at anything. Your defense 3 and out, offense 2 scores on 2 tries, special teams, kickoff return, or onside kick recovery and a punt return. So everything's working right now, and it'll be a good game.
We've got some penalty flags down on the extra point. Can't figure out exactly what we've got going, and it's actually going to go against Oak Park, whatever it was. Boy, there was a lot of confusion up there, as Oak Park looked like Liberty may have snapped it early, but the Northmen didn't even move up there, and the kick went straight on through, which is a good sign, and the Jays lead this one 19-0. But wow, what explosiveness from Mel Gentry. That is actually his 2nd special teams return for a touchdown. He did it over at William Chrisman, and really what gave Liberty the win over in Independence earlier this year. And Mel gets a big one here on senior night again to give Liberty this 3-touchdown lead. We wondered coming into tonight if Liberty could put a pretty good whipping on the Northmen. And indeed, at least in the first 7 minutes or so, that's exactly what they are doing. Again, 19 unanswered to start, and I really think that onside kick that we saw earlier on, that was just a backbreaker for the Northmen. This one going to be returned, and no. We've got penalty flags, we've got whistles, and we've probably got a redo coming up here. As, again, I don't know if I'm still looking for some penalty flags on the field. I thought I saw one fly, but now the head official is going to step up, and yes, it's going to be an offsides going against Liberty, and Liberty is going to have to re-kick this one 5 yards back. And again, the Jays, everything has gone good for the guys in blue here in this first quarter of play. So here we go again. We're going to re-tee things up, retry here. The crowd down in front of us comes to their feet. And again, deep for the Northmen is going to be Elijah Nagby. It is a low spinner. This one could be headed out of bounds again. Well, there's a couple bad things going for Liberty here, as again for the 2nd time tonight, the kickoff going out of bounds. And golly, in these games, you hate to give up that field position and give up that yardage right there.
When I look down at the sideline, I see Pat Hansen with his hands over his head, and that's something that I'm sure he's been struggling with all year. He knows he doesn't have a good kicking game, and when they do all right, it's all right. But when they kick it out of bounds, they don't even have a shot for their special teams to pin them deep.
Let's see what the Northmen can do here. Not much success on their first possession. Again, Justin Galvin brings his team set to the line. He wants to throw as he drops to the 30, overshoots his receiver, Travis Rood, incomplete. Coverage over there by Zach Buer, 2nd and 10. 5:16 left first quarter. Jays leading this one 19-0. Oak Park is in a world of hurt here. Again, finishing that Liberty defense. Again, Buer, who we just mentioned, is at a corner spot. Ryan Jones out there as well. And the safety for the Jays, and a good one, Mel Gentry. I can assure you Mel Gentry is not playing his last football game, as he will be playing somewhere on Saturdays next year. Here's a good option play by Justin Galvin, keeping it and getting a pretty healthy gain of about 7 yards there on 2nd down. So it will be 3rd down and short, as we are now inside 5 minutes left in this opening quarter.
That'd be huge right here if the Blue Jay defense can shut them down now, get another 3 and out, get their offense back on the field, and put up 6 more.
The Oak Park offensive line, Tyler Pulse, Sean Milligan, Ryan Lang is the center. On the left side, Nick Mason and James Reddick. Running backs, Joe Sabina, who we just saw get a carry earlier. He's their leading rusher, Sabina the junior. And here comes Galvin on the option again, and Galvin driven hard down to the sprint turf by Brandon Jackson, but not before Galvin gets enough for that 1st down yardage. And we kind of saw right there what we were talking about earlier. Galvin pretty tough to take down, and again, only a junior, so Galvin will be right back in there and at it next year. And for Oak Park fans, you know that they hope that next year is 2005 is a better year than 2004.
Well, luckily for them, they know that it's not going to take too much for them to have a better season next year, as they only put up 2 wins this year, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
We come up on 4 minutes left now. A new set of downs for the Northmen. And look out, here comes Mike Magnuson. And how Galvin got that one out of there, I do not know. But he was able to get it out of bounds, incomplete, and will bring up 2nd down. He's a tough kid.
I tell you, the reason Galvin got that ball out there is because Mike grabbed Galvin and then picked him up and was going to throw him down, but Galvin had enough time suspended in Mike's arm to release the ball.
Again, when we talk about Oak Park in district play, Oak Park has been outscored in the last 2 weeks by Blue Springs and Blue Springs South 74-0. This team has not scored now in 3 weeks. And again, Liberty wants to keep it that way here. And now they're about to go another quarter without scoring. Galvin is gang tackled. Hey, if you can't take him down with 1 guy, why not bring 2, maybe 3? Cody Lannis, Kyle Nespry in on that one.
You know Galvin's hurting right now because that's 2 plays in a row that he's been put to the turf, and put to the turf hard.
Blue Jays have put Oak Park in a 3rd and long situation, 3rd down and 15, as now the ball is clear back at the Northmen 42-yard line. So let's see if Liberty can step up and make another big play here. And I tell you, we could be looking at a continuous running clock in the second half. Again, 35 points. And I'm maybe getting ahead of myself a little bit, but boy, what we've seen in this first quarter seems like that could be possible. Calvin once again running for his life and taken down. Nespry in on that one. Brandon Jackson. Also, I see Luke Weimer back there, all seniors, to knock the Oak Park QB to the turf again. And I tell you, Galvin has to be going over to that sideline going, come on, guys, give me some help out there, as he has been chased up and down here tonight.
Well, he's going to be saying that, but he's going to be saying that all night, because not one of his receivers has been able to catch a ball, because he hasn't been able to get one off cleanly, and when he hands it off, our guys have been there the entire way. So I think we're going to be seeing Galvin hit the turf quite a bit tonight.
Good snap back to Hamilton. Another good punt. This one drives Gentry. Gentry has to make an over-the-shoulder catch at the 15-yard line. Can Mel take this one 85 yards again? Bouncing off tacklers. Here comes a penalty flag near side. And Gentry is also down at the 26, 27-yard line. But again, I don't know if they're going to get maybe Oak Park on a face mask or if that could be an illegal block going against Liberty. It is going to be a block going against the Blue Jays. And with 1:35 left in the opening quarter, Liberty is going to have to march a long ways. But the way this one has gone in the first quarter, I wouldn't put it past the Jays to hit off a big play and find pay dirt again.
I wouldn't even put it past the Jays to do it in 4 downs even. They've been moving the ball well. They've been the touchdowns that Jenkins have had. He could have gotten another 200 yards easy and not had a problem.
Again, something to take note of. That 45-yard touchdown from Jenkins was a receiving touchdown. So Jenkins, if he would have been able to get that on the rushing end, he'd be getting already close to that 1,000-yard mark. But the way Liberty is dominated early on, I think Jake's going to get his carries, and I think he's going to frankly get his yards. Northmen showing blitz as Nigro comes up. Costello drops back, wants to throw again. Airs this one out, and Harper's wide open. And Harper makes a great catch down here in Oak Park territory. That was a big lick put on by Nick Combs, the safety, but a great job by Brett Harper to hang on down there.
And there you go. They're playing inspired football right now. They've seen that they can move the ball. Everybody wants to get their chance to do something, and they don't want to mess up because, you know, everybody else is doing their job, so they want to get their job done too. And prime example there from Brett Harper, catching the little bit wobbly ball and taking a hard hit to the ground and still keeping control.
So yet another big play on the offensive side. Again, Liberty doing it all on the ground, in the air once again. And the Jays in one play get it all the way into Oak Park territory. Liberty wants to signal for a timeout. I think we may as well take a timeout as well. The Jays up 19-0 on our Game of the Week on KOPS TV, Channel 18. Again, Dallas Ackerman along with my partner here, as you can see, Alex Smith. Alex, all Blue Jays, I don't know what else to say. The Jays doing it all.
They have. They've run the ball, they've thrown the ball, they've caught the ball, they've blocked the ball. It doesn't even matter. They've done it all tonight.
The football has gone in the Oak Park end zone a lot and often here tonight, and that's a good sign for a Blue Jay fan. The big disappointment, though, I guess, you see a display like this, even though it's against maybe a lesser opponent, your season ends after tonight. And that's the negative out of this thing, as Gentry now reels off 9, close to 10 yards there on first down. The thing that's got to be encouraging if you're a Blue Jay fan is next season and the season after. There is a lot of young talent out here on this football field. And I don't know. I've got a gut feeling, talking to some people around the conference and around the Kansas City and even the state of Missouri, the talent level at some of these schools, Blue Springs starting to come back a little bit. Rockhurst is still up there, but as far as the league and district, Liberty's going to be looking good coming into next year. As Jenkins, he gets a nice gain of 6, maybe 7 yards there, and that will be another Blue Jay first down, and they're going to reset the chains across the way, but that could bring us to the end of the first quarter with only 18 seconds left. But the momentum that Liberty's had in this first quarter, they almost want to try to get a play in and get another snap off before the end of this quarter again with 10 seconds now, inside 10. Liberty may get it, but now the official's going to come in, and I think we've got an equipment problem on the Oak Park side, and believe that is Nick Combs, the defensive back, having trouble with his helmet, but they're going to get that straightened out, and they reset things, and Liberty is going to get one more snap, I do believe, before the end of this quarter. And no, they aren't. No, they are not, as Costello took the snap just as the first
period,
quarter
ladies and gentlemen. The score is
we're going to have to go back to the other end and start quarter number 2. And Liberty will hope to pick up where they left off. Again, the Jays dominate quarter number 1. The big play, that huge punt return by Mel Gentry. And the Jays are dominating this one, leading Oak Park 19-0 after the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. Be back with more Blue Jay football in a moment. And again, as we begin this second quarter, Liberty in full control, up 19-0, and I tell you, they seem poised to be looking to make it 25-0 here in just a moment. As Costello drops back, he airs this one out, puts some air under this one, and Harper makes a dandy catch. And indeed, they are on the scoreboard again. They lead this one 25-0 with 11:54 left in the first half.
Let me tell you, Dallas, right now I'm in awe of what these guys are doing. And you got to feel good for the seniors on this team, because I think some of them are starting to realize, hey, if we get up enough, we're going to see some major playing time coming up in this second half, and that's a good way to end your year.
Extra point is up and straight on through there. And the Jays add one more point to their lead. It's now 26-0, and Alex, we will keep it right here. And you're in awe of this Blue Jay team and offense and what they're establishing here tonight. I'm in awe of that, but I'm even more in awe, and I've been in awe all week at how down Oak Park is. It's amazing to me that this team is struggling and fighting it. They have turmoil in that program, I know for a fact, and boy, it has not started out good for them here tonight. And Keith Ross has to be beside himself along with his coaching staff. And boy, you can start getting some problems, and things can start snowballing on you. And people that you think are on your side quickly are not on your side in the community and on the parent end of things. And Keith Ross has won a lot of football games over at Oak Park, and I'm sure this team will be back, but I never would have expected this team, and they're well on their way now to being 2-8. And this is a team, as I mentioned in the open, that hasn't had a losing season since 1988. And on this return is Joe Sabina, and Sabina barely gets it back to the 20-yard line before he's hit hard and taken down.
Now, Dallas, what I'm interested to see right now is what their coach is going to do, because I remember in the Lee Summit game that we had, the Blue Jays jumped out to this enormous lead straight off the bat, and Lee Summit coach sat his team down, and they had a nice little meeting during the timeout, all of them, every single one of them, and that seemed to calm them down a little bit. I'm inclined to say that Oak Park needs to do something like that to settle these guys down.
This is the same situation in a game, on our game of the week here earlier this year that we saw as, again, it was Lee Summit here, and they had their backs against the wall as the completion out here going to Michael Nigro. He takes a big hit after gaining about 3 yards, and that hit, I guarantee Mr. Nigro is going to feel that one in the morning, as he just got belted. And it's 2nd down and 4. They're going to actually give him 6 yards on that catch. And again, 2nd and 4 with almost a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Now they're going to put their quarterback in a shotgun formation and keeping it and running it up the middle and breaking this one, and good night. Galvin running inside the 30. It's a foot race. Buer catches him at the 10-yard line. What a hustle play by Zach Buer, also Ryan Jones, and I thought Justin Galvin was good night as he sprinted out of that bunch, and he had nothing but running room. But I think maybe he made a mistake by cutting it back inside toward the Oak Park sideline. If he takes it outside toward the Liberty sideline, he may have taken that one all the way in.
Well, I think he was trapped either way. I think he would have kept running straight. He would have had his shot, but down this sideline we had Buer. Down that sideline we had the free safety. So I mean, I think we had him covered. It was going to be close either way, and we won this one.
Nonetheless, a huge play for Oak Park, and they needed that as making the catch, and Mel Gentry just hammering Michael Nigro again to the turf. Nigro's taken a couple of shots here in this, within the last 3 minutes. And it will bring up second down, and Nigro actually was able to gain a couple of yards and get it down to about the 7-yard line. And it is second down and goal from there.
Well, it seems to me like our Blue Jay defense is just being a bunch of bullies. I mean, last drive they chose to pick on the quarterback, and this time it's Nigro, and I don't know. They aren't being too nice to these Oak Park guys.
They're going to have to regroup, though. Again, here comes penalty flag. This one probably going to go against Oak Park as, again, Galvin throws into the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. His intended receiver was Jared Boone. But again, I think this is going to be some form of an illegal shift maybe at the line of scrimmage, and that will be a costly penalty for the Northmen. It'll move them back 5 yards. Clock stopped, 9 minutes, 43 seconds remaining, and again, a legal motion going against Oak Park, but Liberty going to decline this one here, and will bring up third down. So Pat Hansen wanting to get Oak Park in a third down situation again, but again, the ball only at the 7-yard line. So we've seen that come up a few times this year. Pat Hansen really likes declining those penalties, I think, and again, putting them in the third down situation, and that shows confidence in your defense.
Well, and he's got every right to be confident in his defense, as they have been solid throughout the entire season, and they've shown it this year.
I don't think he's going to be declining this one because this is a false start going against the Northmen. So Pat Hansen now looks like a genius because now he not only got the decline and brings up the third down situation on the previous play, he also gets the 5 yards there, and things are going all in Liberty's direction. And now Keith Ross, not a happy man at all, as he's going to come out, call for a timeout. And again, we're going to keep it right here. And Alex, I'm telling you, Oak Park is in a world of disarray right here again. Down 26-0. They know, I think, the game rests here. And for them to get some momentum and get some points on the scoreboard is essential for these guys up the road.
Well, it certainly is, but you got to look, and it looks like that Oak Park, they had that set point when Ravela took off, and he was off to the races, but then he got caught. 2 downs later, it's third down and goal from the 13-yard line, and they're looking like they're going to be settling for 3 if they get any.
Pat Hansen, assistant coach Brian Van Howen, Charlie Pugh also out there, secondary coach, giving their defense some final instructions. Big play for them. I think they get to a point they want to keep a shutout going here, and they have their backs to the wall now, facing Oak Park now deep in the Blue Jay territory. Galvin wants to throw this one. Pump fakes, goes for the corner of the end zone, and that's actually going to be caught, brought in by Travis Rude, but he is short of the goal line, taken down at about the 2-yard line, and I'm guessing field goals don't do you much good at this point, this early in the game, I know, but you're still down 26, and Keith Ross is no doubt going to go for this one, and here comes a big play.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Galvin right here, because he's been their money man on the ground, and that's probably what they're going to have to go to because they haven't done much in the air, and it's going to be a tough play for the defense, but hopefully they'll succeed.
Basically, this comes down to a 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line. Galvin going to roll out here, directing traffic, going for the corner of the end zone, in and out of the hands of Travis Rude. Elite and it will give the football back to the Blue Jays from the 3-yard line. They have 1st and 97, but once again, the way things have gone here this evening, you would expect the Liberty to maybe not have any trouble in going this 97 yards. Clock is stopped, 8:51 left in the first half. All Blue Jays, 26-0 our score. And again, a big defensive stop there. And here comes the Blue Man group again. And here comes Jake Jenkins to the outside. He's sprinting down the sideline, and this may just be exercise for Jenkins as we have a penalty flag back at the goal line. This one may be coming back, and the expression from some of the people down here in front of that play, they don't look real happy, and I think this one may be coming back.
We might have to get Jenkins some oxygen right now because he just pulled off a huge run there, and he's got to be a little bit tired knowing that that was all for naught, too.
Now, that would have given him his 1,000-yard season, no doubt, again, as he just reeled off one for about, 70 yards. But it's all for naught. This one coming back, and we're going to have to do it all over again, and they're going to move it half the distance to the goal. So Liberty really in a dangerous situation here inside their 5. Now they're going to be inside their 3-yard line. But again, with the legs of Jake Jenkins and tonight the arm of Jimmy Costello, this offense really clicking. And I see down here below Pat Hansen now going to come over and have a word with his defensive team. Again, Deron Wynn down there, and Brian Van Howen going over the chalkboard, giving some chalk talk, and give credit to this Blue Jay defense as well tonight, as they have performed at a high, high level. Now we've got another whistle. I don't see any penalty flags. This may be a play clock situation. I think maybe they're going to actually reset the football. They're going to remark the football at the 3-yard line. They're also going to reset the 25-second clock. And the Blue Jays will have it 1st and 10 from the 3. Harper's the receiver near side. Gentry at the top. That's a backfield and an eye, and here comes Rozelle on a handoff. Look at Rozelle. He's moving around in there like a bull, and he gets 9 yards. Rozelle running hard tonight. He's had a couple of really, really nice runs and hard runs. Rozelle has had a good senior campaign, although he only has 63 yards on the ground this season. Rozelle playing both sides of the football here, especially the second half of the season. And again, not only getting it done in his backfield spot, but out of that linebacker position on the defensive side.
And the key thing to remember about him being the fullback is that he's not always going to get the ball, but he's going to be the guy that's laying the foundation for the likes of Jake Jenkins, who is approaching his 1,000-yard season.
Now I think the officials looking things over here, and they're going to signal for the chain gang to come in here and give us a measurement. Again, the clock is currently stopped at 7:57 left. Again, we are still just in the first half of play. The Blue Jays all over Northtown. It's 26-0, and no, not North Kansas City, the Oak Park Northmen, and that's what has to make things even more difficult for Oak Park. If you're staring at 2-8, you may go ahead and take that and kind of cut your losses. You're heading toward 2-8, and you're losing to Liberty, 26-0 in the first half. Can't be some real pleased people to start out their weekend over on that Oak Park side.
Well, let me tell you right now, when they get into the locker room come halftime, Keith Ross is going to have a lot of words to tell his team because it is their last game of the season as well. And they have some seniors that are going to be finished after this, and they're really not doing too well right now.
Jake Jenkins hit hard, and we also have a penalty flag hitting the field pretty hard. And I think they're going to probably get Liberty on another holding call. It came from the side judge, and we're going to have to wait and see and let them get this figured out. But now things are getting kind of sloppy down here on both teams, and Liberty's kind of getting right into the mix. And I don't know, hopefully by the end of the night we can get a shot of Jack Smith down there on the sideline. Jack going with the blue hair, I guess, like he tells me he always goes with that before the Oak Park game. The guy changes hair colors more than Christina Aguilera. There's no doubt about it. And hopefully maybe our sideline reporter Cam Hill can get the shot at Jack down on the sideline. He is always up to some interesting things. And Jack, I tell you, I want to know who his barber is. I may have to get there Monday morning. 7 minutes, 48 seconds. Now we're counting down here. 2nd down and 8. After that penalty, it moves it all the way down inside the 5-yard line yet again. Costello going to hand off up the middle. Look at Jake Jenkins out in the open field, taken down, but not before he gets past the 20-yard line. Boy, Liberty gets buried back inside their 5. Just give it to 2-1 and let him do the rest, and he does the rest. Gives Liberty a new set of downs, and Liberty continues to roll on. And you just get the feeling, no matter what the situation, it can be 4th and 5, it can be 3rd down and 50. Liberty is going to continue to convert, and they seem unstoppable, and Oak Park is definitely overmatched.
Well, Liberty right now, they just have a bundle of weapons that they've come comfortable with this early in the season, and they're all performing well right now, so really their playbook is wide open.
Credit there to the left side of the line. Lee Hatley, Corey Hernandez. May as well mention the whole front 5, including center Jake Huffaker, right guard Shane Spencer, and right tackle Ryan Wansing. These guys are getting it done up front tonight and moving some people around. 1st and 10, that run by Jenkins again, and you got to figure that he's getting close to 1,000 yards. And how about Rozelle Bogus? Big Rozelle inside the 20, inside the 10, taken down, but not before Rozelle reels off about 70 yards. And how about that? And you give Big 2-7 some head full of steam. He's going to be tough to bring down, and Oak Park was smart to go for the ankles, I think, right there.
Oh, Roz is a big boy, and I think right there he might have just doubled his total yards for the season.
Yeah.
That's encouraging right there because he's playing hard tonight, and I don't think we've seen the last of him.
You know Rozelle wants a touchdown for his senior year and maybe his final game as, again, he's in the backfield. And they give it to him again. And Rozelle may just get his touchdown. Look at him plowing inside the 5, down close to the 2-yard line. And heck, I'm wondering if you're Pat Hansen, you just don't give him the ball, just keep feeding him the ball. They're not going to bring him down.
He's got 3 more chances. The way the offensive line has been working right now and the way that Rozelle has been running the ball, I don't see why not. I think Oak Park could put all 11 men in the box, and it wouldn't make a difference right now because Roz is flowing, the team is flowing, and the Blue Jays have got it going on.
Here comes Rozelle, and Rozelle is close to the end zone. Give it to him. Touchdown, Liberty. And the Blue Jays lead this one now by a count of 32-0. This scoreboard's going up like the national debt here tonight. 32-0 with 5:54 left here in the first half of play. This is fun. I'm having fun tonight. I think Pat Hansen's having fun. I bet Rozelle Bogus is having fun.
I think Rozelle Bogus is having the night of his life right now.
The extra point is up and good. 33-0. Blue Jays all over Oak Park. We will break and come back after this.
Forrest, call her up. Give a donation. Come on, Forrest.
You know you want to.
You know you want to.
And if you don't, you know you'll hear about this later this weekend, so remember that.
Well, we got another Nick Rios. What do you have?
How you guys doing today?
We're doing great, Nick. How are you?
Pretty good. Just playing some video games, eating some food.
That's cool. That's cool. Anything you
What
wanna-
video games you been playing lately?
Halo. I played a little DDR.
Dance Dance Revolution.
That's right.
And tennis?
I played
Play
tennis.
some tennis? How'd that go?
Bad.
Bad?
Very bad.
Did you lose?
No, we had to run. I'm out of breath. So the food's rejuvenating me.
Good. You enjoying the stuff here?
You know what?
A lot of fun.
Before we get on, I would just like to say hi, Alexander Tegler. How are you doing? And thank you so much, sweetie, for donating $2. Thank you, the Tegler family and all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. But let's get back to those video games.
Those video games. How is Halo going right now? I mean, we all know that Brian McAllister's pretty competitive, so.
I don't know. I've been doing really good lately. But tonight is going to be a big match between my team and Cliff's team, 305. Whatever they want to call themselves, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Shaking them down?
Possibly. Possibly.
Now, Cliff is too. I've heard he's really good too. What?
Yeah, Cliff's probably the best out of all of them.
Wow. That's a bold statement. Brian, if you can hear us, I mean, you may want to come here and back yourself up.
Yeah,
here.
I know, Brian.
'Cause he dropped you.
You got served.
You got
Like-
served.
I printed off Brian something this morning. It's well, someone printed it off for me. They gave it to me, and I returned it to Brian. He was a little upset. He threw it at me. He went crazy. Just fun stuff.
Go into a little detail of what it consisted of, or is this just just an inside joke kind
Yeah.
of deal?
I don't know.
Prom?
Tom's. No, I'm not going. What about you guys?
You're not going. I just got a sign
do we
from
need
our
to pull-
camera crew, Troy.
Do we need to
We need talk
fleece
about-
and get this guy a date?
I mean, Mike DeFleece came in here early.
Right here.
making
It's
a
my date right
donation.
over there. Krista Fisher. Krista Fisher, everybody. It's my date.
You heard it first. KOPS, Channel 18.
Chrissy Fisher and Nick
It
Rios.
is said, and so it shall be done.
How precious.
She may have 2 dates, but hey, it'll happen.
But
As long as I'm
another important problem we have here, Mike DeFleece, top 10 nomination. He's the top 10 nominee.
And no
for Prom
date?
King. And no date. I mean, come on, ladies. This, it's his senior year. He's nominated for prom. You could have a chance to be with the future prom king and be his
True.
date. I mean,
Friends, he could win.
He
I mean,
could.
wrestling team backing him up,
Oh, yeah.
newspaper.
Wrestling manager right
I mean,
here.
journalism. We have
Back
journalism
it.
back
Look at it.
everywhere. I mean, we just went to contest state. What was that? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
This week's just been so busy with all the stuff that we've been doing, getting ready. There's my family. Come on.
Carly.
Come, Andrews. Come on. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Looks like
Here, we have an
it's
empty
a family
seat.
tree. We're
Oh,
gonna.
this is my sister. Come on. Is my little brother getting in on this too? Come on, I got another brother in there. Come on.
Nick. If my family wants to come up and get up here, I mean, we could have a whole family moment here.
You want to donate some money? Got some?
have any.
Well, go up there. See that big guy over there? He has money. Go get him. Break out the wallet. Got some money.
Daddy, get over here.
Go get some cash.
We got all of our family here tonight. So I feel like I'm having.
I will
family
find a
reunion.
way to get money out of these people. There, look, they're dragging him up.
Dragging the
We will
father up and
find
stop
a
the
way to get money. All right.
Well, can't
Wait.
Mr.
The wallet.
Where's Miller?
Miller, where is Miller?
Oh!
There he is.
Miller.
Did you get that? Is he calling you out?
He'll be here momentarily, I believe.
Are we going to have another eating contest? Because
I'm
Miller proved that he can do a lot.
One.